Dr.Reddy's came out with a decent set of earnings in Q2 FY'24, where the company's revenue has seen a jump of 2.5%. While onto the margin figure, there has been a dip of almost 100 basis points on a sequential basis, but the profit has seen a jump of 5.5% on a sequential basis. That was about the earnings, but let's connect with the management and understand more about the growth outlook ahead. And with this, let me welcome on board the CEO of Dr.Reddy's, Mr. Erez is joining us live onto the show. A very good evening, Mr. Israeli, and thank you so much for your time to ET Now. Firstly, I wanted to get a sense on your margins, because this time what we have seen is that the numbers look quite decent, but the margins have seen a little bit of dip of close to 100 basis points sequentially. Wanted to understand that as per you, what were the key reasons behind the same, since the US and India has done rather well, and going ahead, how do you see the margin trajectory?
We actually have an EBITDA of 32%, which is very healthy. And plus those margins grew by high double digit. The profit after tax even grew by 33%. So I think for both profitability as well as the growth of the profit, we are in a very good shape. The return on capital employed was 39%, which is also, I believe, very, very healthy. And likely that this performance will proceed also in the future.
Mr. Israeli, when it comes to the gross margins, then you have already guided it for a 56 to 59% of a quarterly run rate, and this time you were bang on in that particular range. But going ahead, given the factors that are at play, India and US both doing quite decently, any change that you wish to make on this particular guidance? And if not, then at what end of the range do you see coming close to? Lower end of the range or maybe the higher end?
We will likely to stay within this range.
Let me ask you on the US sales. This was the first quarter of integration of Mind Pharma. So if you can just quantify that, how much was the contribution from that front? And we understand that you don't give the quarterly run rate of Revlimid, but if you just can give us a sense that on a quarter-on-quarter basis, how the Revlimid sales has panned out and what is the outlook ahead?
Most of the growth was volume growth as well as market share, as well as contribution from Main. These were the main lever, and of course we will help that the level of price erosion is moderated compared to quarters in the past. The growth is coming primarily by giving better service to customers and growing base products that enjoy the fact that we got that service and we were able to pick up market share on those.
I must say, Mr. Israeli, that your Russia business has done rather well. It has seen a strong growth. What are the likely tailwinds for this particular geography, and how do you see the growth?
We are participating in Russia in three areas, in the RX business and prescription business, in OTC as well as in biologics products. And we see growth in all those levers on an annual basis. Naturally, the OTC is more seasonality because it's about the winter or the other seasonality factors, and normally the biosimilars, it's about timing of tenders. But overall, the fact that we continue to stay in the market, continue to invest in the market, unlike some others that took different decisions because of the geopolitical situation, helped us to gain more share and growth momentum.
Mr. Israeli, it was almost a flatter sort of a growth for the India business. What could be the likely triggers going ahead? Any acquisition that the company is looking forward to for the India geography?
We are investing a lot in innovation and to bring standard of care to India. We launched Nerivio, which is a product for migraine. We signed deals for products, especially in anti-cancers and other STAs as well. And we are very much focused to take innovation outside of India and to bring it to India, leveraging our relationship, leveraging our ability to collaborate with other partners, and obviously leveraging our very good brands in India. This is what we believe is what India needs, and this is what we will focus on. What you're going to see in more and more of those launches and more of those growth. In addition to that, also our base business will continue to grow, and that's what you'll see in the future.